All right, everybody. Good evening. It's the world's first and only dark skinned activist in the building. And I know that some of y'all might think this strange because of the title. Homeless brown skinned woman in Atlanta needs your help. But if you know anything about the dark skinned activist Rashida Strober, you know that I'm an activist for all Black people, even though I focus exclusively and extensively on dark skinned people. But just to give my introduction here right quick, and I want to get straight to the point. I am Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skinned activist, the creator, the architect, the designer of the first platform in history to fight to end what some people call colorism, but I call it darkism. And I started this platform way before social media existed in the year 1998. And I call myself the dark skinned activist. And the reason why I always start off this way is because there's so many people on YouTube that have plagiarized my work since finding out about who I am and what I do. But you're not the dark skin activist. It's only one dark skin activist. The website is darkskinactivist.com. And you guys can go to my website and you can download a free ebook copy of my book entitled Darkism 25 Ways Dark Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. I hope you guys are. I'm not sure why. There should be a chat here, or open chat where you guys could participate in, but I don't understand why I don't see it coming up on my page. But I have a special guest here tonight. Now, some of you may remember her. Um, I want to say like a little under a year ago, she was on the channel speaking to you guys about her homeless experience. She's back. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I got kicked out. You there, Zara?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so Zara is back on the channel again, and she would like to just kind of update you guys on what's going on with her. She was on the channel a year ago, and she gave us, um, her story about being homeless and how she got homeless. She's currently right now homeless in Atlanta. It is very, very cold in Atlanta, and she is currently at the airport. It got so cold till she went to the airport, and I'm gonna let her tell you guys her story and what she's asking you for. But just to get to the point, so you understand the gravity of this, I'm hoping that you guys will make a donation to her. I already have, to help her to get a place to stay and to also help her get back to Arizona so that she can get herself together. So without further ado, Zara, I want you to explain to the people what's going on.
Okay. I'm sorry if there's any background noise. I am in the airport. But the last time I came on the show, I explained that at the time that I was, I believe, homeless, and there was a lady that did reach out to me, and asked if I wanted to live with her. However, that situation didn't work out. She did have dogs. I'm kind of scared of dogs, so it was hard for me to adjust to that. So that situation did not work out. So after that, I did try living with a relative. I had issues with this relative in the past, but I did. Um, Sorry again. But I did try to, you know, see if it could work out with this relative, but she turned out to be toxic. And again, I did have issues with this relative in the past, so it was kind of risky staying with her because we didn't have the best relationship. um you know so that situation didn't work out, and then from there, I became homeless again. So I just had um So I just had a few setbacks, basically, from having a place to stay to not having a place to stay. Um, not being able to keep. Just one moment. I'm sorry. Just not being able to keep steady income. Losing jobs. So I just you know have not been able to be in a stable place. However, right now I'm just trying to get back to Arizona because they do seem to have better resources for the homeless. Here in Atlanta, I did actually go to um, a couple of shelters last year. I forgot to tell Rashida that I did go to the Sisters House shelter, and that one they don't allow you to work for 90 days. It's kind of um, like a program to help people get off of drugs. They have some kind of rehabilitation program for the ladies there. So they don't want you to work for 90 days. So I was not able to stay at that particular shelter due to that rule because I did want to work. So I did have to leave that particular shelter, and I did try to go to a different one. However, there was no availability at the time at that one. So just one moment. Sorry about that. I don't know where Rashida went, but yeah, there was no availability at that particular shelter. So again, it left me homeless again. So at this moment, I'm just trying to get back to Arizona because I do know of a few there that does have availability. Um, and um, yeah, and I'm just trying to find find work at this time and get into a shelter so that way I can try to get back on my feet because again I've been having so many setbacks from the last time I came on the show.
Okay. Real quick, I just want to let everybody know that the reason why you cannot comment in the chat is because I'm actually recording this off of my phone and I do not know how to get in the studio where I can make it to where people can comment in the chat. So I'm not doing that on purpose. It's just I don't have my laptop with me, and I wanted to get this live done for Zara to try to help her. So I'm recording off of my phone, and I just was trying to get to the part where you can enable the chat, but I don't see a way to do it. So I want to apologize for that. Real quick, I want to let you guys know Zara's Cash App. Since I cannot, I can't show it the way I want to because I just don't know how to work the technology off of my phone to enable the chat. But her Cash App, if you want to make donations to help her get a room and get out the cold, she is in Atlanta and it's very cold there. Her Cash App is $SHEIMAH 19. Once again, her Cash App is $SHEIMAH 19. I know I see you, Susie. She's saying Susie is watching and she says I can't chat. And I'm explaining to you why. That's my fault. I normally would do my lives on my laptop. My laptop is getting fixed right now. I don't have my laptop in my possession. So I have to record the live off of my phone on StreamYard. And when you're recording off of the phone, there's certain functionalities like opening up the live chat that I don't know how to do. on my phone. So that's the reason why the chat isn't opened. So I do apologize for that. Zara, real quick, because I want to give people the backstory, because they're probably like, what's going on here? How y'all know each other, etc. But can you please give people how they can get in contact with you, since my chat is not working properly? I would appreciate it if you let them know how can they contact you. Hello? Is she there? Zara? Zara? Hello? Zara? I don't know if she can hear me. Zara? You there? Are you there, Zara? Zara? Are you there?
Yeah,
Zara?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
It's saying that
Okay.
I'm backstage.
I was just apologizing to everybody. The reason why this live is so kind of jumbled is because I am recording from my cell phone. My
Mhm.
laptop is broke and I don't have it in my possession. And when I'm on my phone, I don't know how to go in and enable the chat on my phone. That is the reason why it's kind of like all over the place tonight. So I apologize for that, y'all. Zara, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So what I was trying to ask you is, since people cannot chat, they cannot comment in the chat. So if you can please give them your contact information for those that want to reach out to you and may want to help you.
Okay, sure. So my email address is Shay, SHAYDEEN 1991 at gmail.com.
You repeat that one more time.
Yes, it's Shay, that's SHAY, DEEN 1991 at gmail.com.
Okay, and is that the only contact you have? Any other social media where they can contact you at?
No, I don't have any other social media at this time. Just you can contact me only through email.
Okay, and also, folks, her Cash App is $ SHEIMAH 19. That's $SHEIMAH 19. So please go make a donation. I just want to give you guys a backstory here so you can put it into context. Zara and I first met each other at a Malcolm X event that I was doing. I believe it was was that 2020 or 2021?
I believe it was 2021.
Okay. So we met at I was in Atlanta going to the Malcolm X uh festival that I had been invited to, and I had announced it on my social media on my YouTube channel. And when I arrived in Atlanta, Zara, she actually came out to support, and that's when I met her. She had, told me that she had been watching the channel for quite some time, and we talked, etc. And then I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Zara, it was probably maybe 6 months later that you had reached back out to me and told me about your situation battling homelessness. Is that correct? Was it about 6 months later?
Yes, because when I met you at the event, I wasn't homeless at the time. So I think it was like 6 months later is when I became homeless, and that's when I reached out to you regarding that.
Okay. And do you mind kind of like giving us the details of because you said that you weren't homeless at the Malcolm X event when we first met. So what happened? How did you end up being homeless, getting homeless?
Sure. Just one moment, please. There's just a lot of background noise. I just want to make sure everyone can hear me. Um, so basically, the rent increased, and I wasn't making, enough to keep up with it. That's just pretty much the short end of it. So yeah, just um, the rent increased, and my wages were not enough to keep up with it. Sorry, y'all. I'm just waiting for Rashida.
Okay, sorry about that. I got knocked out again. So you became homeless due to factors revolving around the rent increases in Atlanta and your job situation. Is that correct? Is that what I heard? That's what I heard before I got kicked out.
Yes, that is correct. It's just my wages were not able to keep up with that, with the rent as well as with other bills. Like your electric bill. There were other bills that I had to keep up with as well. So all the bills, the wages just I were not able to keep up with all the bills that I had, basically.
Okay, and I am not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude or any of that. It's just I want people to understand sort of the totality of what's going on here. And the reason
Mhm.
I had to say that is because I don't like to like really be when someone is in need of help. I don't really like to be very, very intrusive in terms of bombarding them with questions about, well, why are you homeless? Why are you I really would like to just help. And that's what I do. But I know that there's going to be some people out here that are going to listen and they're going to want to know, okay, so from that time in 2021, when you at first you weren't homeless and then you did go homeless, and from the time of being homeless up until now, there's people that are going to want to know the backdrop. So that's the reason why I'm asking. So from the 6 months after, and I believe I was at the Malcolm X festival in May. It had to been May because that's when his birthday is. So May of 2021, up until 6 months later, you explained that you became homeless because of the increases in rent. I do remember you telling me, correct me if I'm wrong, that when it was time to renew your lease, you didn't have the funds to pay the rent. Is that correct?
Correct, because I only had enough just to pay all my bills. I didn't have enough for any savings, basically.
And you didn't renew the lease. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then that you had to move out because you didn't renew the lease. And when you had to move out, like where did you go?
I think at that time when I moved out, I think I was staying at a hotel, because I had just a few $100s at the time. Again, I didn't have enough, to renew for a new lease, but I did have a few $100s, so I just used those few $100s on a hotel at the time.
And I hope
And
you guys are listening to this because that's just how easy it is
Mhm.
for a person. I believe you told me that you hadn't been homeless before this, correct?
No, this is like the first time. Like after that point, that's like the first time I became, yeah, homeless or in this situation. I've never been in this situation before, so.
And that's how easy it is to go from having a roof over your head to being when they're saying where people say you're one paycheck away from being homeless. That's how any of us could be in that situation. To go from the rent increases, you can't afford the rent, you have to move because you don't renew the lease, you got a couple of $100s saved up, So you go stay at a hotel, and then from there, this trajectory of being homeless starts. It can be that easy, people. And I know that there's some people out there that have been in that situation. So let us try our best not to judge. And let's try to be understanding. And because I know people gonna have questions. I get it. I totally understand. But I'm hoping and praying that you guys could find within your heart to contact Zara with some bona fide concrete resources to get some results to get out of homelessness, and also to just, if you could make a donation to help her with her immediate need right now. Right now, she contacted me. I hadn't heard from her in over a year since the last time we went live, and some of you came and y'all helped out at that time to help her get a place, a room. I hadn't heard from her, so I responded when she emailed me today, letting me know it's cold in Atlanta, and that she just wants a place to rest and lay down her head. I used to be homeless. I know the feeling. Sometimes you just want somebody to help you and not become judgmental. But you can be judgmental after you help and get a person a place to stay and get some rest, and then you can sit up and talk about it. But I'm hoping that you guys could just donate. Her Cash App, please write it down, is $SHEIMAH 19. Once again, that is $SHEIMAH 19 $. Please make a donation. I believe she was telling me that a room, she could get a room for about $66. If not tonight, because she's at the airport right now to get out of the cold. But if she don't get it tonight, maybe she could go and get it for tomorrow, and some food and stuff like that. So I pray that you all would find it in your hearts to please make a donation. Once again, her Cash App is $SHEIMAH 19. And I don't mean to overtalk her. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit of the backstory of what is going on here, so that we understand. And I'm asking that you would just please assist and help. So from that time we spoke back in 2023, we went live, we did an interview. I believe it was the summer of 2023. Can you tell us what happened as a result of us having that interview at that time, from that time up until now?
I'm sorry, you said from the last time that we talked?
Yes. So back in, I believe, the summer of 2023, you had reached out to me and told me that you needed some assistance with getting a place to stay. We then did an interview, and I believe we were able to get you a room for a couple of nights. And then I believe that
I don't think it
other
was
people,
last year. I think it was the year before. I'm sorry to interrupt.
no problem. So what I was trying to get you to do is explain to us what happened from that point up until now.
Okay, so basically from the first time that I spoke with you, or did I speak with you like again after? I'm not sure. Or are you talking about the first time that I spoke with you? I'm a little confused.
I'm talking about the first interview that we had.
Okay.
The first interview that we had on my channel, where you were expressing that you were homeless and in need of some help. I'm trying to help them to understand from that first interview that we did on this channel, from that time up until now.
Okay, so you just want to know what happened from that point up until now?
Yes, like where did you live? How did you become homeless again? Because you did find a place to live after we did the interview. It was for a brief period, but you did find a place to live.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I think I explained that earlier, but I can explain it again. But basically, a lady reached out to me because I did go on, I believe it was your friend Mahogany's channel. And yeah, so I went on her channel, and there was a lady that reached out to me. And she basically asked me, if I wanted to stay with her. So I did accept the offer, and I did live with her, but she did have dogs. I was unaware of that. Well, actually, I can't remember. Maybe she did mention that she did have dogs, but I really needed a place to stay, so I just tried to deal with it as best I could. I am kind of scared of dogs, so it was definitely hard for me to adjust. I really wasn't able to adjust that well, so it didn't work out. Um, so that situation didn't work out, so I became homeless again. And then I went to stay with a relative who I really didn't have the best relationship with. Um, and that situation didn't work out. She just it just became toxic. That's just the best way to put it. Um, and then from that point, just one moment. And then from that point, I'm trying to think where I went. Okay, yeah. So after I left my relative's place, I did have a few $100s saved. I was able to work while I was with her. So I did have a few $100s saved. So I went to a hotel afterwards. And then after the hotel, I did find the shelter um, to go to. Um, just, I think that I'm trying to think which shelter that was, but I did actually try a shelter in Atlanta, but that shelter did not allow you to work. It was some kind of 90-day program. I think it was mainly for people that were on drugs or, had some kind of issue with substance abuse or alcohol abuse. So I wasn't able to work at that shelter. So I wasn't able to stay there because my goal was to work. Um, And I'm trying to think where I went after that shelter. Um, I tried to I tried out a or tried to go to a different shelter in Atlanta. However, there was no availability at that one. So I then trying to think what happened after that. Uh, I'm sorry. There's a lot of background noise in the airport. It's kind
No
of
problem.
awkward to do it in this kind of setting. So I'm sorry about that. But basically, I just been going from shelter, from living with other people that didn't work out. So it's just I've just really been unstable.
I understand. Could you please give the people your contact information again? I kind of just want to periodically ask you to give it to them just in case there's somebody out there that has some information and resources that wants to help. And if you don't mind repeating it twice just to make sure that they get it, your contact information.
Yeah, so you can contact me via email, and that's shaydean1991 at gmail.com, and I'll spell that out. It's SHAYDEEN, excuse me. So that's DEEN 1991 at gmail.com.
Okay, and those of y'all that want to donate, Zara's Cash App is $SHEIMAH19, $SHEIMAH19. Once again, that's $SHEIMAH19. You guys can make a donation. Can you tell us what's your main goal right at this point as we speak? What are you trying to accomplish with donations and doing the interview?
Yes, my main goal is just to raise money for an airline ticket to get back to Arizona, because that's where I did live for a while. And I do know that they do have I do know that they have availability there for shelters. I already got in contact with them to see if they did have availability, because again, in Atlanta, they're real limited as far as resources for the homeless here. I basically went to mostly all the shelters they had here, and there seems to be like a waiting list for most of them. And the one that I did try, or the one that I did go to, they didn't allow the people to work for 90 days, so that didn't work out. But my main goal is just to get back to Arizona, because there is a shelter available there, and for me to look for work, to get back on my feet. So that is the main goal at this time. However, for tonight, um, sorry, a lot of people.
Okay.
Okay, so for tonight, if it's possible, I mean, a hotel stay would be great. So I wouldn't have to be at the airport all night. But if not, again, the main goal is just for me to raise. I did check the price for airline tickets, and it's showing that it would be around, I believe, $250 um, for the airline ticket, just for me to get back to Arizona, for me to, again, you know, go to a shelter and find work and get back on my feet. Hopefully, I'll, be able to stay at this shelter until I can finally get an apartment again and get back on my feet.
Okay. So you number one, you want to raise enough money to uh, get an airplane ticket to get back to Arizona where it's warm at, and you know that you can find shelter, and that airline ticket is around $250. And then your other goal is to get a hotel for at least one night. And the hotel is around $66, I think you said. And so, guys, girls, men, women, please, y'all know what I mean. Please make a donation to help this sister out. The Cash App is $SHEIMAH 19, $SHEIMAH 19. Once again, $SHEIMAH 19. Please find it in your hearts to assist her. Everybody needs help. We don't know. It's a lot of us that could be in the same exact situation, a paycheck away from having to not be able to renew your lease, to where you end up, homeless, and then you're now going to hotels, spending up all your money. Like, that's not it's a hell of a place to be in, and it could happen to anybody. It could happen to anybody. And so I ask that you all find in your hearts to please make a donation. Also, some of you, I apologize again. I did this live on a whim. I do not have my laptop where I would normally do this, and the chat would be open. I'm on my phone where I don't know how to open up the chat. That is the only reason why this chat isn't open. I just don't know how to configure it from my cell phone. But I wanted to go ahead and get on here and do a live and not use the fact that I don't have my laptop as an excuse, because I would like to assist Zara. I made a donation. I'm asking everyone to make, and thank you to the people that already made donations. You are very much appreciated. Once again, I know that there's going to be some people that would like to directly get in contact with you, Zara. If you don't mind, please sharing that email again and spelling it out so that people can know how they can email you if they have information.
Okay, sure. So again, that email is shaydean1991 at gmail.com. And I'll spell that for you again. That's SHAYDEEN 1991 at gmail.com. And again, I just wanted to mention my main priority is just to get an airline to get back to Arizona, so I get back on my feet, and and if I can, get a hotel just for tonight, that would be so great. Because I don't know how long they're going to allow me to stay in the airport. I really don't know how it works. But I'm just glad I'm able to stay in here for now to stay warm because I'm not used to the cold, so I get really sick when I'm out in the cold for long periods of time. So um, yes, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys could help donate towards a hotel for tonight at least, until I can get enough raised for an airline ticket back to Arizona.
Yeah, just think about how y'all would feel. It's a painful place to be in. I was homeless. I slept on park benches, all that outside. So I understand. I get it. Uh, the Cash App $ SHEIMAH 19 SHEIMAH 19. Could you tell us how old are you, Zara?
Yes, I'm actually 32. I'll be 33 this year.
Okay. And what line of work are you interested in? Like, what's your specialty area? Like,
Well, I actually did want to go back to school to do for paralegal work. That's something I've been interested in, but at the moment I'm just doing customer service work. You know, I've even tried to do, some, like entry level warehouse work as well. Um, so right now I'm just doing like entry level work until I can go back to school um, for paralegal.
okay. And you do have a what's your education?
I'm sorry.
What's your education level?
Do you mean like what degree I have or the furthest?
Yeah, what the furthest that you went in school?
I would say some college.
Okay. So you have a high school diploma and some college?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you sound like you got a pretty good head on your shoulders, and you do have a skill set to where your skills are marketable. So the reason I ask you those questions is perhaps there could be someone out there that has resources to jobs, so where you can you know get a job. That's why I asked what line of work do you like working in, so that people can be on the lookout to maybe share with you whatever resources they know in terms of jobs and who's hiring.
Yes.
Um,
I'm pretty open. But as long as it's like entry level, because I don't have like a skill yet or anything, a degree or anything like that. So, but as long as it's entry level, I'm open to pretty much all work at this time. As long as it's not too difficult, or too strenuous, like physical work. But yeah, I'm pretty open.
okay, okay. So what's your plan? Like, say if you get a ticket back to Arizona, what's the plan to get yourself in your own apartment, your own house? Like, what's your plan?
Yeah, so the first step would be to, of course, get a job, um, and save as much as I possibly can. Well, actually, I was wanting to, first get a welcome letter from a job and see, because I know that some apartments, they do allow you, or they do approve you with the welcome letter. So I wanted to get that first, so that way I can at least get approved um, for an apartment. And but again, after that, I just need to save as much as possible, so that way I can, make the payments, such as, like the fees, for apartments. So, but yeah, just to basically, get a job first, and then, just save as much as possible. But I need somewhere to lay my head at. So, of course, get the shelter, go to the shelter, have a place to stay at, and then get a job. So, I'm able to save for an apartment.
Okay. And currently, right now, you are in Atlanta. You're at the Atlanta airport, staying there because you're trying to get out of the cold, and you would like to raise around $250, which would be the cost of a ticket to get to Arizona. Correct.
Correct.
All right. And possibly to raise money for a few nights, if not a night, at a hotel, so you can rent a hotel. And I believe you told me there's one around $66 that you could go to. So once
Yeah.
again, ladies and gentlemen, the Cash App, please find it in your hearts to make a donation. If you don't know what it feel like being homeless, let me tell you something. It ain't no joke. It's not no joke when you don't have anywhere to go and to lay your head and your body is resting. Just try to put yourself in that position. Think about it. And some of y'all already been homeless, so you know what it feels like. Zara's Cash App is $SHEIMAH19, $SHEIMAH19. Once again, that's $SHEIMAH19. And can you please give your email address where people could contact you? Because as I understand it, the email is that the only method of contact that people could contact you through.
I would give out my phone number, but I don't want any trolls or anything to, continue contacting me that way, because I know sometimes you have trolls that watch your channel. So yeah, it would. So I would say the email would be best, because I don't have any other social media accounts besides,
Okay,
my email.
no problem. Can you give us your email again?
Sure. So it's SHAYDEEN 1991 at gmail.com.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you for that. And before we close, is there anything else you would like to add to this? And also, we might come back on here and do another live once I get my laptop and can do this live properly to where people in the chat can participate. But is there anything else you would like to add before we end the live?
I just want to thank you for allowing me to come on the show to share my story again, and give an update on what's going on. And I would definitely appreciate any donations at this time.
Okay, and once again, that Cash App is $ SHEIMAH19. $SHEIMAH19. Once I get my laptop working properly the way I need to, would you be willing to come back on here and let's do another interview so that the people in the chat can kind of participate more and give you information on resources if they have any?
Sure, definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you. And I pray that you receive enough donations to be able to make it back to Arizona. And I pray that you're able to eventually and as soon as possible get an apartment your own space where you have somewhere to live and be comfortable and lay your head. Because I believe that everyone deserve it. I believe it's a human right for humans to have a place to live. So, an adequate place to live. So, thank you, Zara, and thank you everybody for watching. Y'all, please make sure y'all make a donation. Please just go donate. Sometimes you don't want, you just have to help people. Uh, Again, the Cash App is $SHEIMAH19. Thank y'all, and you guys have a wonderful evening.